many years. And also community, where my neighbor is here and other neighbors who have been around. I was challenged to, in Kamba, to explain how, when somebody says, Nisoma mpaka mviti kaaka, what does it mean? So for the press, that means you study until you open the mouth of Aina to see what is inside there. And because of his aggressiveness, most likely you will not manage. Academia starts early. Before I come to just a few highlights of my paper. 5 layers, I'll say. First layer is when you are small, you go to pre-primary. That will take you 3 years. Then you go to primary, you finish 8 years, 844, now it's CBC or CBE. Then from there you go to high school. From high school you go to college where you can do certificate, you can do undergrad. And the 4th layer is masters before you're allowed to do PhD. And for those who are graduates, I'm sure, I'm speaking to somehow technical, when you are graduating as an undergrad, your gown is always plain. But when I turn around, what do you see on my hand? How many stars? 3. So 3 means undergrad, masters, and then you are given doctoral. So the highest level when it comes to Kenyan education system is a doctor. Beyond doctor, you have to retreat to your house, recollect yourself, write a lot. And writing, not just writing and giving your wife to read or your kids to read. You write, you publish, and you also do research. So that's why I found myself, Geoffrey, when I was in the boardrooms of coffee. Karen, you have talked about wisdom and all that. In the evening, when you guys will go home, I go and meet Maureen and the likes. So that I'm in a setup of research and academia. So that's the work of PhD, and beyond PhD is a professor. That's the next one. I will not earn it if I don't write. And you have to set a base. So this is my base was masters, and then PhD. People are wondering what is this PhD about. So my undergrad, I did food science and post-harvest technology, and that's why I got passion of food, agriculture, farming, coffee, all those combined. And I've never looked back from JQuad corridors. And that's how I landed in coffee. And I've been coffee ever since. And on the sidelines, you have heard Faith talking about Brookside and all those other companies. We interact. They are part of our partners in what we do. Masters, I did business admin because very early I was lucky through the prayers of my mom probably and my sisters and everybody around me. I was a manager given a full department when I was 29 years, I think. When I got Fiki, I got promotion because of getting Fiki as a baby. So my boss then was Matthias Kula. He told me, now you can head a department. And from there, I found myself in management, and that's how I decided to divert from technical to business. So my master's is in project management. If you want to manage your project well, and projects start from a marriage arrangement, that's a project. Bring up a family, that's a project. You want to start a small company, that's a project, we can help you. And if you are going concern, we are there to navigate the somersaults when it comes to competition in the business. So that's what I followed up in the PhD to narrow now to project management. And my thesis is rotating in coffee. So for the people who are attending from the coffee sector, I think this is a good knowledge for you to consume. That booklet, Hilary, you can raise it where it is. So as my brother said before, that is the final. That was what submitted for marking and for me to be awarded this roundish thing, you see. I started in 2014, so those are almost 12 years. I've done that kind of paper booklet, almost not 14 fidelis, it's around 60, if I don't remember. And those 60 with this final is condensed in 3 pages, which I'm just giving a snapshot. And for the purpose of media, because we have media around, there is a media release of the same. You'll find this in media houses, in bloggers and all that, just to ensure that the knowledge is shared. So I was doing a study in coffee, and I was looking at Mercy, Geoffrey, Hilary. We have many project interventions in coffee, all of them geared towards improving our quality and our volume. But if I look at history, they go in books, we realize, because I'm looking like 10 years, our production as a country, we have rotated between 40,000 metric tons to a good year, which is about 50,000 metric tons. And when you look at the landscape of the projects, intervention to boost that, there are so many. So my curiosity was, why are these projects not giving us what we desire? So that was my gist of my study. And because I'm a project student, I have to tailor my study like a project student. Universities are very critical. You don't go outside your area of study. So I was looking at 3 things. So for the coffee industry, there's a lot of literature about why it doesn't happen. But I narrowed the angle of certification. So I was looking at how does project, the ones we implement in coffee, tailored, modeled, and implemented, leading to coffee production. And I was looking for a negative or a positive reasoning. So it has been placed on your table, so many stories, but just to highlight, why coffee? Everybody who came here, you use a matatu, right? If you are doing farming, you use fuel. So you find as a country, which is country Kenya, we spend a lot of money to import things from outside. And one of the leading importation is fuel. And the people who are in clearing, forwarding, Albert, you can attest, when you were importing things in 2019, 2018 there was a time a dollar went almost to 160 to Kenya shilling. Why? Because we need fuel every day, and we need dollars to buy that fuel. Where do we get these dollars? We get these dollars from what we produce in Kenya and we export. So we pride ourselves as a country, Kenya, because we have cash crops like coffee, which brings in inflows of dollars to support the importation so that we balance our books. So As I look at production, I'm also looking at the fiscal policy of the country. Because my paper we learned I was doing in the area of Kiambu County. My master's I did in Machakos County. So I was looking at the variables to see how they relate. And because of that paper, I've shared with the Kiambu County and have appointment with them to discuss whether they can use my paper to maybe improve in Kiambu landscape production. We're also trying to talk to Makueni County because there's coffee there. And we are looking at how can we bring dollars so that when we are exchanging, we don't have that variability. So that our dollar can come from 130 where it is currently to almost 120. It makes business easier for the people on both sides, import and export. So these numbers are very familiar with coffee from Coffee Expert. Those are the jobs supported by coffee, 3 million. In Kenya, that is direct and indirect. And the government, Karen, in those meetings we go, Hilary Joffrey, Martin Kangi, government is talking about 150 metric tons. Then when you ask government of how, it becomes murky. But my research has given as a roadmap. So when I was doing the study, my findings are this number is achievable. And one of the legs to support that is certification. So we're saying, as a country, the only coffee we're selling is certified coffee, especially rainforest, is about 40% currently. If we consider my findings, because I have a model on how you can implement those certification projects, it's already modeled in my study. Then it means if we move it from 40% to about 60%, you can increase 50,000 metric tons of current production. That brings to 100 metric tons. And then government through new KPCU and other initiatives, they are giving farmers seedlings and all that. And private people also doing a lot of planting and all that. That can give another 100. But it cannot give triple. So if we adopt seedlings, plantations, and we encourage certification by conceiving certification project in a nice model, that is very achievable by 2030. So that's why Kiambu is interested to see how can this paper of mine support them to accelerate, because Kiambu is one of the largest producer of Kenyan coffee. In the process of my thesis, coming to the key, we write a lot. Support, certification, we can increase our production. If we add 50,000 metric tons of coffee, you can multiply with the billions. Then there's a social impact. There's 3 million jobs and youth off the streets. You have seen a lot of, especially in the central region, there's a lot of unrest. When you call a political meeting, you see very young people coming there. How can we take them back? Through agriculture. And one of the easy ways is coffee. It's a hanging fruit. If you model this project and adopt as many youth as possible, then that can be achieved. And thirdly, which is the fiscal impact I talked about, tax revenue and reduce the social cost. I was correlating how much money we pay as individuals to government in the process of enabling farmers to produce that bean of coffee. If these projects, they can be Africanized, that's the word I've used in my paper. You Africanize the production and the process schemes and the way you implement the project, you model to our present scenario, then we can achieve this social impact. Okay? And 16. So that's a summary of those many pages. So we institutionalized within certification frameworks. And all we are looking at it is we are proposing, the way Kiambu are asking, can we come in as a county government and we make it mandatory? Institutionalization means you make it like a bylaw so that it's adopted. So every farmer in Kiambu County, if you are pushed by the county government to adopt certification, then it becomes easier to achieve the selected numbers. Number two, there is a structured farmer training. So when you're in the field, and Martin, I think you can attest, Martin Kangi, Belinda, there's too much knowledge for farmers and they get confused. Can it be structured? So that's another findings. Number three, he says regulatory and incentives, and this is more of the way we manage the value chain of coffee. There are weak points, there are strong points. So my study is recommending where we see weak links, we go and enhance it. Market platform, I was looking at the auction we ran and the New York market. How does it correlate? How does it moderate the outcome of the project, which is quality and volumes? And I could find it has a very positive correlation. When the auction is strong, is accountable, is transparent, then backward, you see more production. Farmers get more encouraged. That came out very, very clearly. Then there is what we call organizational alignment, where you find so many, you go to one cooperative, we could go to one cooperative, we find 5 different projects, but they don't know each other. So we are looking for a framework that can have all that in one box, each doing different things, but towards a certain one objective. So we have modeled that. And finally is Africanization of the certification schemes. Most of these schemes in coffee, in tea, in pyrethrum are borrowed from external. And sometimes the cost, the way it's implemented, the scorecard, sometimes is not Africanized. And I was correlating this study with Ethiopia, who are our neighbors. We produce the same kind of coffee. They do Arabica coffee. And Uganda, because we also have a lot of projects in Uganda. So what came out clearly is like if we can Africanize this, and I'm a champion, Hilary can attest. Whenever I'm in a coffee meeting, Mercy can attest. I'm always very bold in coffee circles that don't force projects which are not conceived by the farmers. We buy out the farmer first and then we implement the project. So that's what I'm commenting. That was my final Africanization of certification project in coffee. So that's the end of that big paper you have seen there. I didn't want to project the model because it's very complicated. It's graphics and things connected. But if you want to get more of what I've said, just search from your phone, Martin Ambrose Mutua, then it will just pop. I've done publications, several publications about this paper. I've done 3 publications. And after this forum is giving me opportunity to go and publish what I've just presented to you. So this will also find it in online, in different journals for you to pick it up. That's the end of my presentation when it comes to my certification. But what have I learned? You can clap. We are almost like twin brothers, for you can understand. But we are not fighting. We are fighting for resources. So 1990 to primary, and now is 2026. How many years, Geoffrey? That must be 40 years. 30? Like 6 years. So that tells you it's not easy to climb the academic ladder because huwezi ukaruka. Unajua kuna vitu unaweza ruka. But in academia it's very structured. You start then yes. So at the level of PhD, what we learn more is the rigorous process for you to achieve this. So that rigorous process teaches you some soft aspects of your life. One, critical thinking. You don't take anything for yes. So in the process, everything you look it from a critical point of view. And if you are not careful, unaweza kosana na bibi ama watoto. Okay? So we are taught to remedy that. Because of the longer period, it also gives you the humility to wait. And you work towards something, towards an objective. And thirdly, PhD, if you listen to the person who awards, we are being awarded yesterday, is a doctor of philosophy. Philosophy, the people from the church, pastor. Philosophy, I think, is I don't know, it's a belief. It's a belief, eh? So you have a certain belief, and those beliefs you try to positively impact other people. So that's why you are awarded doctor of philosophy. And philosophy in another angle is to see beyond today. Okay? So when you see beyond today, then you can create value for the young ones, Harry, Emmanuel, Victoria, and your kids who are growing like my kids. And then we realize you also taught, this now myself learning. Academia is just a paper. One, you have a certificate, but how do you use that certificate? So as you climb the ladder of academics, you also build levers that can support your academia. And one of the levers is business. You're in the business world, either employed or employing people. That's one lever. The second lever is family relationship, because it supports you a lot, because that's where the customers are. Family, relationships, and all that. And then, like a three-legged stool, there's the politics. And the politics gives life to what you're doing. So Kamuya, when you see me on the other side, when I go to the other side, I become a party leader. So, as I stand here, I'm the founding national chairman of People-Centered Party, which is professionally registered in Kenya. 2022, we had registered and participated in election with a party called UPA, United Progressive Alliance. That time I was a national vice chairman. We managed to get the governor of Nyamira and the majority leadership in Nyamira County and Kisii. When you had Matiang'i at the party, we were the brains behind that party. So that's the party for Matiang'i in 2022. So People-Centered Party, we are building it. So we are in the process of recruiting members currently and getting support from investors who want to invest in politics. And we have gotten good support from good friends in US, Texas, who want to take the top leadership and bring money so that we can move very fast. So that in 2027, which is a few months from now, we can onboard you to participate as candidates, win seats, as voters, so that you can elect good government that can enhance your academia, your business, and your aspirations. Up to that point, Thank you, members, my colleagues, former colleagues, current colleagues, our employees, wherever you are, family members, for showing us that love to come to us, neighbors, and your kids. This one, we are not doing it for ourselves. We are doing it for these ones. And my cousin, where is he? So if you want to aspire to PhD, you have to do masters. Then you prepare yourself to go rigorous process. It might be 5 years, can be 6 years, can be 10 years, depending on how you push yourself. But by the end of the day, is to create impact with your knowledge. And so finally, I've talked politics. Now I'm finishing with business. I need that product. And Hilary and the team, when I left you, I'm building another house. So I was working with these guys in Louis Dreyfus. It's a multinational company. Massive. We were together for many years. So as I was doing my study, I also wanted to add value to the farmers who are giving me the feedback. And with Faith, in this house, we started thinking, how can we? Because Faith and Fidelis, they have been my assistant when it comes to this thesis. They are my research assistant. I appreciate them. Can we clap for them? So when we conceived the idea, then we started looking around the network. Who can we work with? And I could not go far than my good friend. He's called Eddie. Eddie, you can stand there. Eddie Kiaka, his farm is in a place called Masimba. His farm. So we partnered with Eddie for the raw product. That's where we're getting the raw product from Kisi. And so he's the manager of the farm, and he's also my production manager. So we agree, we want to come up with this kind of brand. So we conceived also the brand now with him. We tried different ratios, fermentation, playing around with the processing until we achieved what we achieved. So these are winery coffee. So we make it from farm, and after farm, we bring it to mills, Moja or Edimo or any mill, and then part of it, which we don't put in this package, Belinda and Martin sells, right? And whatever we want to, because we want to promote local production and local consumption of coffee. I assembled a team. So Eddie works with a team of 20 in a good high season, 30 high season. And we have a network for many farmers. We have a network for 100 farmers who are bringing coffee to our factory.
Also, there are also agents. Agents both in Yamina and PC, are about 27 now.
27. So we have a network of around 400 farmers where we have established a factory with him in his farm, modern, with modern facilities, so that we get the best when it comes to natural coffee. Then once he does, he hands over the coffee to us, and along Eastern Bypass, I handle this with David. So I assembled a team: David, Ross. We have Joseph Karuri, who is not here, and Anthony. Now doing the real roasting, monitoring the roasting and all that, and then we put to this package. Fidelis, because of his knowledge when it comes to IT, is the one who developed for us the artwork. And this product is already approved by CAPES. We are selling it already in our shops, in our supermarkets, and in the next 6 months, we'll be rolling it out across the country. So we'll be looking for marketers with branded motorbikes and tuk-tuks to market this. And Faith, the team, of UkiCoffee, they decided to give all our guests a pack. So make sure you get a pack. That's courtesy of Faith and the Uki team. So our brand is called UkiCoffee. So this is a product that if I was not doing my PhD, I could not conceptualize it. So my PhD has helped me to conceptualize this. It's a winery coffee, triple fermented. Take it black and give us a story after, or give out your feedback. Thank you very much. God bless you.